Internet scale. Hashgraph is the underlying consensus algorithm that achieves high performance and absolute finality. So how does Hashgraph actually work? Suppose we want to create a type of auction that, unlike traditional auctions, is able to operate without a central authority controlling and managing a ledger of transactions. Instead, we want all participating parties to publicly maintain a distributed ledger on their computers, which we call nodes. We need a way to ensure that every node can reach consensus on the current state of the ledger and the exact order of incoming transactions. We also need a way to ensure that bad actors cannot inappropriately manipulate the system. Within the Hashgraph framework, the nodes share information with one another via a gossip protocol, such that news of new transactions spreads through the community quickly and with resilience to any small number of nodes being offline. To share transactions with the community, a data structure containing a payload of those transactions, a timestamp, a digital signature, and 2 hashes pointing to earlier gossip structures is created. The sharing of this information is a concept unique to Hashgraph called gossip about gossip. The nodes are not just sharing what, they're also sharing who and when. This trail of information means each node knows what another node knows, when they found out about it, and who they found out about it from. This allows the nodes to locally engage in a virtual voting protocol unique to Hashgraph. Without communicating with one another and consuming bandwidth, mathematically rigorous voting algorithms are used by each node to agree on the order of transactions, and so how to apply them to change the state. In order to achieve a decentralized market, we need the ability to order ultra-high transaction volumes in real time. Only Hashgraph can guarantee performance, security, and fairness for these types of distributed applications.
'Cause I'm the new best thing.
Hello, how's it going, everyone?
Hey everybody, my name is Andrew. I am Hedera Hashgraph's social media manager, and welcome to another episode of the Forkless Cafe, where you come to get your weekly DLT insights. This week we are starting a little earlier than we normally do due to some scheduling conflicts, but if you can't make it live, you can always catch the recording later on. But today's an extra special episode because I actually have 2 of my friends and colleagues joining us. First, I'm going to pass it over to Sharon, who's our social community director.
Hey, everyone. It's great to be here. Happy Monday, everyone. I am happy to announce that we've got a special guest today. I am thrilled to introduce our colleague, Andy Grant. How's it going, Andy?
Hello.
Hey, well, we've got Andy on today. It is super exciting to have you joining us from beautiful Lake Tahoe, California. And we are going to have Andy talk to us about support. So, the community has had a lot of questions on support issues, and it would be great to have you just chime in, talk a little bit about what's been going on in the support area and maybe some best practices, some tips and tricks that we can all learn from.
No, thank you very much for the very kind words. Hopefully I don't let anybody down with being the extra special guest that I am. First, I want to say the video that you guys put in the beginning is just awesome. It's so great. It's such a great way of being able to put into just a really brief visual how Hashgraph works. And
it's like our warm-up band, Andy.
Oh yeah,
it's like our warm-up.
So great. So great. Our creative team did such a good job on that.
They did. Yeah, great.
But so yeah, hi everybody. My name is Andy Grant. I am responsible for a number of different areas at Hedera, but the one area that seems to be the most popular right now is our support organization, which rolls up under me and the team that I have. Alec Otto and Anthony Middleton have been handling support since the community testing program, the second phase of community testing kicked off. So we have been basically living in support for the last few months. It's a lot of the issues that we've been experiencing have really primarily been related to our KYC process. So the Know Your Customer process. All of the individuals that want to have an account on the mainnet have to go through KYC. This is really important for Hedera in that it is allowing us to ensure that the individuals that create accounts on our network, that we verify their identity, understand who they are. It's not so rigorous, but it definitely takes a little bit of time. It can take up to 5 business days for KYC to complete for an individual. But the reason why we have this kind of high bar for allowing individuals to create accounts on the network is really kind of a twofold reason behind it. One is for Hedera is to really minimize any particular instances of fraud, or to completely marginalize any fraudulent activity on the network with individuals trying to create multiple accounts, bots trying to create accounts. And then on the flip side of that, what it's allowing us to do is to ensure for those users that do complete KYC and get their mainnet account, that we're able to ensure them that the quality of participants on the network is going to be high. So for us, it's beneficial by ensuring that we keep fraud to a minimum. And for our users, it's beneficial in that we're maintaining the highest quality users on the network. So, and due to the fact that it does take anywhere from 48 hours to 5 business days for KYC to complete, the majority of the tickets that come into support typically revolve around the status of KYC, an individual's KYC, and when is their ID verification going to be completed. And we manage those pretty much all day, every day. As far as technical issues that people have experienced, those have actually been, fortunately, pretty few. Sometimes we get individuals that have a problem getting their wallet configured. So once you pass KYC, the next step for getting onto the network is downloading the Hedera wallet and making sure that it's configured to your mainnet account. We do run into problems with some folks having issues with the configuration piece. And then, as far if you're going to participate in community testing, there's one final step, and that is getting the Hedera browser extension for Chrome properly configured so that you can participate in community testing by interacting with the Daily Timestamp website, which is the site that Hedera has made available on the mainnet for testing our cryptocurrency service. You're able to do that by interacting with the site, and every time you interact with the site, you're actually executing microtransactions on the back end. And once a user does that, we actually are depositing into their account HBAR just for the act of testing that particular app and testing our cryptocurrency service. Yeah, but as far as support issues go, just getting wallets configured, and then also getting that browser extension configured, we run into those. But like I said, the majority is really around helping people get through KYC, which has actually been fantastic. As far as actual technical issues that people are running into, they've been, frankly, compared to the overall number of tickets, a small percentage. And then once people are on the network, that we've had 0 tickets come in with any network related questions or issues. So it's been great for the support team to, of course, have touch points with, up to this point, a couple thousand users on the network. And then also to, once we've had them onboarded, the satisfaction levels have been very high, and people have been very happy with their participation in the testing program.
Hey, Andy, I got a question for you. I don't know if Sharon sees any comments or questions in the live chat, but I know in social, I see quite often people asking, is KYC always going to be necessary? Are people always going to have to go through this process?
That's a great question. KYC is going to be necessary until we hit OA. And then as far as if you're making an account with Hedera, if you're going to come through us to create your mainnet account, we're going to require KYC. And this is really, again, I've already covered, why from the Hedera perspective as well as from the user perspective, but it's also just to additionally throw in there, Hedera has been we've tried very, very hard to ensure that we are going to be able to comply with any particular regulations that may be pending, for distributed ledger technologies, specifically with the SEC. So if you're going to come through us to get your mainnet account, we're going to require KYC. But once we hit OA, things will change a bit, because once our token is listed on exchanges, then you don't necessarily need to create a mainnet account in order to obtain tokens, in this case through community testing. But once our token is listed on exchanges, then users will have the ability to create accounts through an exchange, which may have different standards as far as user onboarding. So if you're really not excited about going through the process with us, the process will likely be fairly different for if you wanted to go through an exchange.
That makes sense. Yeah, thanks for explaining that. Sharon, do you see any questions in the live chat for us?
No questions in the live chat, but I just want to thank Andy and the team, Alec and Anthony, for everything you do on the support side. We do get a lot of favorable comments all over in Telegram, in Twitter, all around our social networks. People trust you. People know that they can come to you for answers to their questions. They know that when they contact you, they're going to get responses. And we've been getting a lot of great feedback on that. So again, thanks to all of the team for what you do and for the support that you're giving to our community.
Oh no, it's great. Like I said, it's been, one of the benefits for the team specifically, like I said, is that we've had contact with thousands of users. It's been great. Not everybody's super happy, as you can imagine. If you ever submitted a support ticket for anything, usually you're concerned about something. So we do our best to try to allay those concerns and, as rapidly as possible, bring to resolution a user's problem. I'm trying to think. We also do have a self-serve support option through Hedera.com that is primarily made up of for lack of a better word, an FAQ, but each individual question has got a dedicated article page assigned to it. So for example, if you're having issues getting your wallet configured, is one of the issues that I said some people have, we've got content dedicated to walking through that process. So if there is a want to try to solve problems before you bring them to support, we do have an online self-serve support offering. And hey, Andrew, as far as making that link available, I probably should have mentioned that prior, but
all good, Andy. I got it queued up, and it's
awesome.
It's going to be part of the agenda after. I know your time is limited with us today, but when Sharon and I go through the agenda, I'm going to be showing what help.hedera.com looks like, and we're also going to include that in the links on hashgraph.org after this.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And there is just one more thing. There is also in the help files that Andrew's going to share a video that carries a user from start to finish. So if you just want to watch it unfold before you actually try to do it yourself, there's that option. Or if you get stuck, the video will be useful for seeing the process up to where you may have run into a problem and potentially how to work it out on your own. But if you cannot, by all means, come to us. If you want to open a ticket, there's a form on the help.hedera.com area. But if you also just want to submit an email, our email is support@hedera.com. And again, if you run into any problems, bring them to us, and we will do our best to get it resolved as quickly as possible.
Andy, I got to say, I'm your biggest fan, because without you,
I've got one.
I got two. There, you got two of them.
Okay, you have two biggest fans on the social team, because without you and the support team, I would see a lot more questions and comments on social media to resolve some of these concerns that you were just referring to. So thank you, a million thank yous from the support, the social team. You certainly make our job a lot easier. But before we lose you, actually, I just thought of one more question. Is there anything specific that these individuals can do to help expedite the process? I heard how certain forms of ID perform better than others. I thought maybe we should just quickly touch on that.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. So as far as submitting your ID for KYC, we do accept a variety of different ID types, whether that's a national ID for most countries, or driver's license for most every country as well, but also passports. If you use your international passport, then that is, as far as with our KYC provider, and we have a provider that actually helps with the processing of these IDs. If you have a passport, then by all means, we highly suggest you use that form of ID, only because the ID verification process seems to move much faster with that particular ID type versus your driver's license or a national ID. But yeah, no, that was a great question. I'm really glad you brought that up. If you do have a passport and you are creating an account, I recommend using your passport for ID verification.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks for that clarity there, because I know that question pops up a lot in social as well.
Yeah. And look, I know I'm glad we're making your job easier now, because I know there have been periods of time where you might have been putting out some fires in Telegram.
Well, yeah, before you, Andy, all we had was bots. So we love you so much more than the bots. That's for sure.
Well, thank you very much.
Right on. I don't know if Sharon sees anything else before we should let Andy go, get back to his.
It looks like we're good. It looks like we're good.
Wonderful.
Cool. Hey, thank you very much for allowing me to join you guys. This has been a lot of fun, and everything you guys are doing on social is just really awesome. It's been so great, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Again, if you have issues, support at hedera.com, and we'll be looking for you. Thank you very much.
Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye, Andy.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
Andy. Take care. Right on. Well, that was fantastic having our first guest speaker on the Forkless Cafe. So at least we can check that off the to-do box there, Sharon. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I feel pretty good
Absolutely. And we want to get some community members too. So we're looking forward to getting our community to join us.
That's right. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. So make sure you're engaging in the live chat. If you have some comments or questions for us, or if you're watching the recording, feel free to comment on the video as well, and then we'll be able to pass that feedback on, because we want to provide content for you that is meaningful for you. And so thanks for pulling up the first slide here, Sharon. A little review for everybody. The weekly agenda with our objective is to share interesting news in the industry and the Hashgraph ecosystem. I did once upon a time read the entire disclaimer for everyone, but this time I will spare you from that. But here it is, and for your viewing pleasure. You will probably hear various Hedera team members on different streams and recordings refer to disclaimers because of the world we live in. But we're going to start things off with the industry news, moving on to the Hedera highlights, social sizzlers, and then finally the hero of the week, which is a personal favorite of ours. So I will start sharing my screen here so that we can start going through these, the news. Here we go. All right. So we're going to kick things off with the CNBC article. We generally do touch on something that's Facebook related each week, because this is what people are talking about. This is what's trending right now. This is what people want to learn more about. And a quick recap review that all of these links that we're going to discuss here quickly are going to be incorporated into a link that you'll find in the description below this video, which is all stored on hashgraph.org, so that you can review these articles in more detail. But here we have an article about the Facebook Libra digital currency. It looks like they've reported in their latest quarterly report that there is no guarantee that it will be made available in a timely manner or at all. so that this article will obviously go into more detail, and I'm clearly not in a position to speak to it further, but we wanted to make this available for our viewers. All right, moving on, we have an article here by The Block. They interviewed an expert, but they don't name the expert. And I would think that this is an obvious point for a lot of people, that cryptocurrency taxation is a high enforcement priority for the IRS. You could imagine countries worldwide who have their tax regulators are speaking to this point quite regularly. Something down here I thought was interesting: the IRS may be exaggerating the severity of tax law violation issue among digital asset holders, given that there is no clear guidance on what constitutes cryptocurrency tax crimes. A lot of people are saying in the space right now that the biggest deterring factor for mass adoption is a lack of regulatory clarity. And this is just another example of that. Moving on, this was an interesting one. Walmart here apparently has announced that a stablecoin. So they filed a patent and has detailed a description for the protocol. And apparently, my understanding is that they're following the Libra model. But we have this article here for you to peruse as well. So now we have examples of these large retail conglomerates also entering the space. And moving on here, I was actually super excited to share this one because Nigel Clark is our Senior Vice President of Partners and Industries. And I believe he spoke on stage at Digitalk. I want to say this was a couple months ago. I don't know if Sharon has a better idea than I do, but I don't exactly recall the date that this event occurred, but this video was just published by them not too long ago, just this past week. And he does a wonderful job here on stage. As always, speakers tend to have limited time on stage, but he actually covers quite a lot of content, and I highly recommend all of our fans and viewers and subscribers to go check it out to learn some more. And then staying in the theme of YouTube videos, our CEO and co-founder, Mance Harmon, was recently interviewed by a YouTuber, the Bull Flag Group. And they had a fantastic discussion as well. This is Mance's most recent interview that I've come across. So it's doing quite well in social media as well, because this is where people want the most up-to-date news that's being published about Hedera Hashgraph. So highly recommend checking out this one here as well. And then this next YouTube video was made by the Monetary Reset. Monetary Reset has made a number of videos about all kinds of financial related subjects, and has taken an interest to Hedera Hashgraph. And what the author did here is he actually created a video answering questions to one of his previous videos. So I highly recommend our community to go check it as well. Monetary Reset does a lot of fantastic content, and I'd suggest anyone to go take a look at his videos. He does a lot of good work. And then we wanted to recap on our highest performing tweet of last week, which was actually the testing program that we were just discussing with Andy. So this tweet performed really well, and we encourage anyone to earn H-bars by helping us test the mainnet. As Andy just referred to us, once you get through the KYC process, and you download the wallet and you get the plugin and you pair everything. Once you get through all of those steps, and everything is itemized through the FAQ, then you'll be able to go to thedailytimestamp.com, which is our dummy site that we've created, where you're going to be able to read real articles and listen to real podcasts and watch real YouTube videos. And by doing this, following that process, you're actually sending a microtransaction. You're using our mainnet for real. And to compensate you for the help with testing the mainnet, we will then transfer you 5 H-bars to a cap of 250 H-bars for this stage of testing. We do expect to be rolling out additional features in the future, which means we would need to do more testing. So there will be more opportunities to earn more H-bars if you've already reached your cap. But this was a very well-performing tweet that we had last week, so wanted to highlight that for you. And what else do we have here? This is the link that we were just talking to Andy about. This is help.hedera.com. This is a wonderful resource that I cannot describe well enough. to our community that it is robust, it is full, it is constantly being updated. Excuse me. So if you are confident to be able to self-serve an issue that you are experiencing, please go to this link, type in the search referring to the question or the comment or the concern that you have, and you'll have a list of resources that pop up, and hopefully you'll find the answer that you're looking for. And of course, if you don't come across the answer that you're looking for, you can contact the support team. You can actually just click right up here, this button, support request, or you can email support@hedera.com that Andy was just referring to. But there is a ton of information right here. Like I said, it's being updated regularly. And I think people would actually be shocked to find how valuable this is and how much quicker you'd be able to resolve any situation or any hurdle or friction that you're running into just by using the FAQ here. And then I wanted to touch on another live stream that the Hedera Hashgraph team did recently. This was done last week on August 2nd, where we had Brady and Christian Hasker do a live stream for us from their San Francisco office. They're rocking some awesome Hedera sunglasses that I'm not rocking for you guys today, but they had a good time. We had a lot of people join the live stream and started transferring HBARs to one another and testing the mainnet by transferring these HBARs. One of the things that really highlights for people and people love to focus on is how blazing fast these transactions actually are. And people don't tend to really believe that until they experience it firsthand for themselves. And it doesn't matter if you're transferring HBARs with someone right beside you or someone on the other side of the globe. But they had a lot of fun. And Brady even had his dog there called Bear. And they did a live stream last week where they shared a lot of updates about our recently we had a developer community event where developers were submitting, their projects and essentially lining themselves up for potential HBAR rewards based off of certain factors and variables that we posted about. And so they were very clear on the live stream about the disclaimer. Once again, another disclaimer that we're not heavily pushing one dApp over another. We clearly care about all the dApps that are building on our mainnet, on our platform, and some will be live on day one of open access, and some will be live a week later or a month later. But we are very thrilled and excited to see all the developer development and community engagement. Our Discord channel is extremely active and has been growing at an alarming rate that surprises Sharon and I every single month. And so if you are a developer, if you have any questions, if you want to know how you can participate or learn more about the exciting opportunities out there, I highly encourage you to check out our Discord channel because you're going to find a large active developer community on there. And so you can go check out the recording to see what Brady and Christian had to share here about the different projects that are joining on the main net. And moving on here, I wanted to show you what the hashgraph.org link looks like, where we house all the links that we just discussed. And so this is where this is the link that you'll click on below this video in the description, where you'll see the different dates, the different episodes of Forkless Cafe that we've posted for you. And just click on August 5th and you'll be able to find all the links from today. But that does it for me. If Sharon is able to share her screen so we can talk about the hero of the week, our favorite part, if that's where we're at, our favorite part of the weekly. There we go. Perfect. So I want to personally congratulate Ricardo, because Ricardo reached out to me some months ago, to offer a hand. He actually is an admin of our unofficial Italian chat. Ricardo is based out of Italy. And Ricardo, if you're watching live or if you're watching the recording right now, I am sending you a massive thank you from myself and the social team and Hedera Hashgraph as a whole, because I've seen how active you are on Telegram, not only in the Italian chat, but in the main English chat as well. You and one of your colleagues, one of your friends actually created your own tool aid to help people going through the steps to start testing on the mainnet as well. And I realized that you focused on a very non-technical way, and I thought that was a fantastic item that you guys created, because I've reviewed it myself, and you did a fantastic job. And I know many community members have gotten a lot of value out of that. So it was important to me to really single you out here this week and explain to the community that you bring such a wealth of knowledge. Especially regarding Telegram, you have a very high understanding of Telegram, and so we wanted to make you our hero of the week. And with that, with our hero of the week, we are sharing a $25 off promo to the Hedera store as well. So we hope that you'll be able to find something in the store there that you'll be able to enjoy. Maybe pick up a shirt or a bottle of water or a coffee mug, something to that effect. But we have all kinds of great stuff in there for you. And then, yeah, a quick reminder here that once again, all the links for this we discussed in this live stream are in hashgraph.org. And again, it's right below in this video in the description. Join the community to learn more. And join the community testing program to earn your 250 HBARs. That's the current cap, but there'll be more, as I mentioned earlier on. So join the community testing program. And if you found any value out of this video, smash that like button, leave us a question or a comment, and let us know what you want to see in future episodes. Subscribe to the channel if you want to ensure that you're getting the latest and the greatest news from Hedera Hashgraph. And we always have to include some humor of the week for everybody too.
Well, you know, we want to get some folks from the community on this live stream. So, well, let us know, who would you like to see here? Who would you like to have us join? So, so yeah, we had Andy today, Andy Grant. He was answering some questions related to our support process, but we hope to get some more folks on here. So we've got some questions in the live stream, Andrew.
Right on.
So one of the first ones was why KYC for testing? So I believe that Andy just answered that earlier on.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Andy certainly touched on the more specifics, and because of his role, he's a lot more familiar with that side of things than the social team is. But to paraphrase, it's a regulatory requirement, and Hedera Hashgraph is committed to building a 100-year company. And with that being said, we need to follow all the rules, and because we are helping people gain access to our main net, and compensating them with HBARs, there has to be a know your customer component to that. And so Hedera Hashgraph is essentially following the rules. But to get more of a nuanced answer, if that's not good enough to answer your question, it probably isn't. I highly recommend you to rewind and go back to near the beginning of this live stream and get a better answer from Andy, because he's the person to go to for a question like that. But that would be more of a high level sort of answer. What else have we got there, Sharon? Anybody else? Oh, I think I may have lost Sharon.
Okay, let's see. No, I'm here. Let's see. When is the next mainnet testing?
So maybe they're asking the next phase of testing. Is that?
It might mean what they just said when the next mainnet testing, but that might be what they wanted to.
Yeah. So yeah, it certainly sounds like they've probably earned their cap, and they probably want to earn some more HBARs. So we haven't made that announcement yet, but there will be additional phases, additional features to be tested on the mainnet, and then there'll be a fresh cap for at that time. And we haven't made that announcement yet, but as long as you're following us on social media, you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to get access to that information right away. Follow us on Telegram or Discord. That's another way to be actively engaged in the community as well. And then you're going to get that announcement right away.
Okay, there's some comments. There's a comment about your background. Tell us about your background.
Oh yeah. This is something new that we thought we'd do for you guys. If you
now,
like,
somebody thought that they had seen this in an Ethereum background, but that's not true. Tell us about this one.
This is our virtual background that we thought we'd try for everybody today, and we pulled this from Brand Central. the Hedera Hashgraph Brand Central. We have an incredible creative department at Hedera Hashgraph. They do all kinds of amazing work for us. All the design elements, the shirt, they design the shirt. They've done every design element for us. And I pulled this banner from the Brand Central for Hedera Hashgraph.
Sounds good. We got a comment to add some more content to dailytimestamp.com, so we can take that comment. There's just a ton of content out there. So that's great to know that some people are already going through and they've saturated on all of our content. So we can give that comment to the team to see if we can add some more stuff there. And then let's see, there's somebody here that is still waiting for their KYC to be approved. Can you remind us again where to go when they have questions on KYC?
Yeah, so great question. And that's a question that we receive often. And Andy Grant spoke to this in more detail earlier on in the live stream, but you can go to our FAQ. You can go to help.hedera.com. Excuse me, and you can do a search, KYC, or name the concern that you have or the issue that you have. And then you'll have all kinds of links that pop up for you to get access to your answer in a timely fashion. And failing that, if you can't get your answer, you could always contact the support team at support@hedera.com, or just go to the top right corner. There's a button up there that says submit feedback, and you'll be able to contact the support team that way as well, where they can give you an update. But Andy did mention in the live stream today too, I'll just quickly recap for you that it's typical to take anywhere between 48 hours and 5 days to go through that process. It could depend on what kind of ID you use to submit your KYC, but to expect a delay of anywhere between 48 hours and 5 days, that's normal, that's totally normal. But if you've been waiting longer than 5 days, that doesn't sound right at all. And I'm not sure how long you've been waiting for, but if it is longer than 5 days, then please reach out to our support team and they will respond to your request.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Andrew. It's been a great Monday morning for me and evening for you. Really appreciate again getting on the live stream with you. Just a reminder, if you have some ideas, suggestions for people that you feel would be great to have on here this live stream, let us know. Continue to give us your comments in Telegram, and thanks for being part of our community. So great. Have a great day, Andrew, and look forward to talking to you later.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Take care.
Bye, everyone.